Hi YouTube, Team Imperius here. This is our Virginia ARG states overview video. It's gonna include our deck lists and we'll talk a little bit of how we did and what happened and all that stuff. So yeah, Spoons first.
Okay.
Hi, Spoon.
Hey. For ARG Virginia states, I played Royal Paladins. I did Thingsaver Jewel Knights. I'll just go ahead and get right into the deck profile and then I'll do a little overview of how my tournament day went. For my starter, I used Advanced Party Seeker Philae because I'm still using Thingsaver, so the free call and getting a card into the soul is very nice. He's still the best starter. First grade 3 is 4 Blue Sky Knight, Alt Mile. You use your Stride Break, he's a really good card. I usually want to have him on Vanguard pretty much most all the time because I'll be striding almost every single turn, hopefully. That's how it works out. And his GB2 is really good too. For the last grade 3 we have 4 Seeker Thingsaver Dragon, obviously. Still one of the best legions in the entire game because restanding Vanguards are real good.
Real good.
And you know your deck's pretty good when Thingsaver's your backup. On to grade 2s. First grade 2, 4 Blaster Blade Seeker. Legion Mate, call when he gets called to rear guard, counterblast 1, retire. Grade 2 or higher, which I don't think I used it once the entire day, so he was pretty much just a grade 2 Legion.
I mean, you can only do it with Seekers on Vanguard, so...
Yeah, well, and even then, I literally didn't use it once the entire day because I didn't have to.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like a fail-safe.
Yeah, and you just usually want to use your counterblasts for other things. Next grade 2 is 4 Jewel Knight Sword Me. Best grade 2 the entire game. Counterblast 1, make a column. Oops.
I was like, you played 5 Sword Me? You cheater!
So there's a reason I did real well that day. But no, just 4. Really good. Especially if you do like your good like turn combo is use Alt Miles Stride Break effect. Call him and like another grade 2 from your hand. They both get +5, and then you can use his effect to get a booster behind usually your other grade 2 because he's usually only used for that one turn, and then your other 2s are better for attacking. Or at least one of your other 2s is better for attacking anyway. So, very good card. Then for the last grade 2, 4 Knight of Fragment. He is your 11k attacker as long as you have another grade 2 on the board. And he's the GB1, and then if he hits you can soul charge 1, which is really good for Thingsaver fodder. And you don't have to worry about maybe doing the double ride if you have to ride Thingsaver first, and they actually let him hit. And he's just board swing pressure, because nobody wants to let him hit, and when you unflip a damage and get the soul charge 1, it's really good. And then on to the grade 1s, 4 Stinging Jewel Knight Kelley, just a 10k attacker if you have 3 or more other Jewel Knights on the board. Just there as a grade 1 slot because it's a Jewel Knight pretty much. And then 3 Jewel Knight Prismy. He's the drop 1, draw 1 if you have 3 other Jewel Knights on the board. Again, he's just a high attack grade 1 Jewel Knight. I used his effect 1 time the entire day.
Oh boy.
That was because I somehow miraculously had 3 other Jewel Knights on the board at one time. And then 2 Laurel Knight. Your Stride Break, because you don't really have any room for any more of him, and I only had 2 signed, so I only wanted to play 2.
Priorities.
My priorities were where they were supposed to be. And then finally for the last grade 1, 4 Perfect Guard Flashing Jewel Knight E-Soul, because you want to max out the amount of Jewel Knight things that you have in the deck, so if you damage check that, you can still use Sword Me's effect to flip it for a counterblast. And then on to triggers. I ran 8 crit. All of my triggers are Jewel Knights except for 5 of them. 5 of them aren't Jewel Knights, literally because I didn't have 4 of the Needle Stinger, so I used an Epona. And this Epona put in a lot of work throughout the entire day. So it was a crit. And then 4 draw, 4 Margles, because Marble Cleanse is still really good. +3 power, and it gets to go into Soul, so it goes in for Thing Saver.
Also shiny.
It's also shiny. And then finally, 4 heals. So really standard trigger lineup as far as trigger lineups go. And then finally on to the extra deck. I ran 3 Shrouded Divine Knight Gobblade. Good first turn stride. Because if they let him hit, you get a lot of pluses off of it, because you can call like a Sword Me and get an entire column. So you plus engine is really, really hard. Or they just use a perfect guard on it. And then that opens the way up for this guy, which is 4 Holy Dragon, Saint Blow Dragon. Really good finisher card. Again, got to use a perfect guard on him because he's got just hits for insane numbers. Yeah, you can do that all you want, Greg. He's still real good. And then finally, the MVP of the entire day, the Divine Knight of Flashing Flame, Samuel. I Samueled so many people for game during this tournament. So many people. They were at 4 and they're like, yeah, I can take an attack now. And I'm like, no, you can't. Let me tell you about Samuel.
Samuel, you are 5 now. Now you die when I swing.
So yeah, Samuel's definitely MVP for the entire day. Dang it, Kelly. We asked for one thing.
Leave me alone.
So an overview for my tournament was 4 rounds, wasn't it?
Well, it was 3. No, yeah, it was 4 rounds.
4 than
Top 8.
4 rounds and then top 8. First round, I played against Bermuda Triangle. I played against duos. One of our friends, actually. And it was kind of one-sided, kind of not one-sided. The entire first game, she just literally couldn't do anything because she only drew 1 grade 3. So she couldn't use any of the new strides, and she couldn't Legion or anything.
Awkward.
Because it wasn't even the Legion.
Right.
So I just kind of won really quick on that one. And then second game, it was a battle of attrition that I ended up winning because I plussed a little bit harder than she did. So I went 3-1 in Swiss. I went 3-1 in Swiss rounds. So round 2 started, and I fought against...
Was that grade 1 rush?
Yes, I fought against grade 1 Rush. Holy crap. It was like Royal Paladin grade 1 Rush. He used every single grade 1 that like gained power because of anything. It was real interesting, except...
Does it pick its nose well? Probably gaining power.
Yeah, except it probably would have been a lot better if he was better about it.
Honestly, had it gone to grade 2, it would have been better.
Yeah, I saw no reason why he couldn't have done it like
Grade 1-2 rush?
grade
Yeah.
1-2 rush and used the Jewel Knight stuff, because that would have been amazing. And then every single one of your counterblasts that says Jewel Knight can be used for Sword Me.
Well, had he done it with Jewel Knight, I think it would have worked better because he would have had because all Jewel Knights gain their effects if there's 4 or more of them on board.
Yeah, and he just and literally his entire
Sword Me.
time, he would let his opponent go. He let me go first. So I was like, okay, I went to 1, and then he would go to 1, smack down his entire hand. So he only had 1 card in his hand, literally for the rest of the entire game, and he would just try to win before I got to 3, and then it never worked. So I beat grade 1 rush round 2, so I was 2-0 at that point, and then I faced Dimensional Robos. And
Wondered who
Kelley.
was playing that. Yeah.
I don't know, we went back and forth. She beat the crap out of me.
Yeah. It happens. Looks
Yeah.
like.
Oh man, it was bad. But so that happened. I was 2-1, and then I fought Shadows, and he let me go first every single time. Like, he won the dice roll and he let me go first, and I was like, okay. Stayed on grade 2 till he went to grade 3, and then won.
Awkward.
it was real awkward. Like, and that's how it happened. I 2-0'd him in 10 minutes because of that. It was real awkward. And then Top Cut happened, and I made Top Cut, won first round against the same Shadow player. It was much more intense this time, though. Like, we took the entirety of like 45, 50 minutes to play that round, but I still won. And then we got to top 4, and I fought Gregory, and I did not see a grade 3 the entire time, like not one.
Yeah, no, it was pretty bad, especially considering I'm sitting on, giant dragons and shit.
Yeah, no, it was not good. So I got knocked out there, but I got 3rd place. I ended up placing 3rd at States, so it was still a pretty good day overall. And my only losses were to my teammates, sadly enough.
Yeah.
So that was my tournament. It's pretty fun. All right, everybody.
Hi, it's Kelly. So this is my deck that I played for Virginia ARG States. I played Dimensional Robo / Cosmic Hero. So my starter was Cosmic Hero Grand Seed because you can plus off of him pretty well. My my grade 3 lineup was for Super Dimensional Robo Die Kaiser. He's still the blood of this whole deck. He is amazing, and he's the only grade 3 I run at max copies because even if you just break right on top of break right, he's still really good. Ran 3 true Ultimate Dimensional Robo Great Die Kaiser, the Legion promo. Ideally, the deck break rides on top of him, and that's 3 crit with a double break ability, and that's pretty much how I won a decent number of my games, because I would just fish everything out of the deck and then flood it with grade 3s for the win.
So what you're telling me is 2 to pass, though.
Yeah, I dropped a perfect guard a couple times and puckered up.
Next, I ran 3 Ultimate Dimensional Robo Great Dayusha. He's the Legion mate, so you mainly the reason you run him, but if you break right on top of him or just get his limb break off and you're stuck on him, at least you're swinging for an extra crit, which still puts pressure on even if it's not super big. And then I ran 2 Grand Gallop. 2 Grand Gallop because if you break ride on top of him and you can get him to the power he needs, you can get triple drive check, really good. Also, if you need to just plus, you can stride on top of him. So he's not essential to the deck. That's why I run 2 of them. For my grade 2s, I ran 4 Dimensional Robo Die Jet. She is the new Dimensional Robo Grade 2 out of the extra booster, and she's part of the reason the deck is more consistent now because she has an act ability to once per turn throw a Dimensional Robo Grade 3 back in the deck, give your Vanguard +4 and the ability to, when it hits, kind of +1 and draw. So not only does she help you put your stuff back in the deck, keep you cycling through your grade 3s for the break abilities, but if they let it hit, then you get to draw, which is always fun.
I hate that card.
She's great.
I love how it's a she when it's a robot.
I mean, it's a girl to me, leave me alone.
It's a plane, but whatever.
It's whatever. Dayusha's a dude.
It's a robot. That's a plane.
They all have feelings. You leave them alone.
Prove to me it doesn't have a dangle and we'll talk.
They don't have, shut up. None of them have dangles.
Just continue.
Okay, 4 Dimensional Robo Die Dragon, the 12k attacker, just because power and you need dimensional. The entire grade 2 lineup has to be Dimensional Robos to get the deck to work. And then 1 Dimensional Robo Kaizar, not for anything other than if you're not striding first, then at least your Vanguard has power. I learned that halfway through the tournament. He's literally in there so I can make sure I hit more grade 2s, so I don't get grade stuck. And it worked. Putting 1 more in there, I never got grade stuck on 2, but I got grade stuck on 1, which was really weird. So, grade 1s, 2 Cosmic Hero Grand Chopper. Grand Chopper's pretty trolly, especially with the Legion. If you do the Break Ride Legion turn, 1 trigger turns him into, or 1 trigger, instead of giving you plus 5,000 power, gives you plus 13, I think. Did the math right? So that's kind of ridiculous. So your triggers turn into 13k boosts instead of 5,000. So he's really good behind the Vanguard. 2 Commander Laurel. I only run 2 because, to be completely honest, the whole deck swings so deadly you don't need to restand to hit them. And once he's on the board anyway, they're probably not gonna hit. and he's literally just fodder for people to destroy or blow up or retire or tuck or do any number of other horrible things to this dude. So in my opinion, it's not worth it to run more. I've never ever seen the deck run smoothly when I run more than 2. So that's why I only run 2 of him. He's good, but he never actually won me games because he would always get removed before he could do anything. 4, come on, Dimensional Robo Die Lion. He's the Limit Break Enabler. Basically makes the deck more deadly because earlier you can break ride and do silly things, and also riding him early game makes it way easier to get Dayusha's effect off. And then I ran 4 of Cosmic Hero Grand Guard. This is the
Grand Card.
Grand Card. This is the Unflip Perfect Guard, and because of the way the strides are, you run through your counterblasts a lot more in this deck than you used to ever before, so I like this card. For my triggers, pretty standard. I ran 4 draws, 1 Army Penguin, because whenever I need it, he comes to me. It's always Army Penguin. Penguin's great. Whenever...
Like super accidentally didn't realize you left one in there.
Shut up. Army Penguin always came to me. So 4 draws. I ran 8 crit, however, because I don't have another one of this shiny one, I ran 1 Die Wolf. So I ran the shiny one solely because it's a shiny critical trigger, and if I'm stuck on Grand Gallop, I can at least do some things with that. So
Also weird your opponent out. That
yeah.
1 wolf and they're like, oh my god, they're running 12 crit.
A lot of people would try
This
to
is
count.
bad.
Yeah, a lot of people try to count my triggers, and they'd see this, 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 and this, and they get really freaked out, and they didn't know what the numbers were. So it's kind of a little mind game, but it was really because I don't have another one of that shiny thing. And then 4 heal. So not super exciting trigger lineup, but it works. And for my strides, I have 4 99th generation Dimensional Robo Commander Great Dire-Earth.
That was like the most monotone. You set yourself up for the most monotone thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It's like, I have.
So like, hold on while I read this book.
It's a book. The longest name in the game. But he is the Dimensional Robo specific stride. He is a really weird card for Dimensional Robos because they've never ever superior called. But, I mean, he does the job done. He fixes your field. Generally, the first time you stride, you want to hit him, Counterblast 2, pull stuff out of the deck, Dijet, one of the grade 3s you used to stride, back in the deck, and so you're swinging 30 on him with a field. So, he's an amazing card. They're all SP. Yeah.
Because we've that.
Because we've been in 2 more SPs. I ran 2, Super Cosmic Hero X-Tiger. X-Tiger hits some trolling numbers, and when you know they don't have Perfect Guard in their hand and you haven't gotten your Legion Break Ride ridiculousness off, then you can just X-Tiger for game because he gets super big for no reason. Still kind of hard to get the crit on him, but whatever. But he put in work. He won me a couple games.
Uh-huh.
And I ran 1 Super Cosmic Hero X Falcon. Or, excuse me, X-Rogue.
Excuse me.
That is not Falcon. That is not Captain Falcon. X-Rogue was the promo for the sneak peek. Didn't actually use him all day. I used him once. I didn't even use an effect. It was just to get the stride 3 checks off. But he's still a good card. Sometimes, if you're stuck on Grand Gallop for some reason, he's still a good one to go into. And then last was Dark Superhuman Omega. He won me quite a few games because he's the one of tech, wouldn't want to run more than him, but he is amazing because you can just suck a Dayusha in the soul and your opponent is a 0 and your whole field is swinging for game. So
Essentially plus 11 to your field.
yeah. So that was what I played. This deck actually put in a lot of work today. That day, my round 1 was against a Thing Saver deck. A Thing Saver Seeker deck. It was not Spoon. It was another local guy.
No, my asshole tearing came later.
Yeah. I played against him. It was pretty good, but because I play against Spoon on a regular basis, I know how to play around that deck, and he wouldn't stride. He kept trying to go for the Thing Saver restand, so I was able to just dismantle what he was trying to do before he could do anything. So I won against that one. My round 2 was against Greg. Mr. Shadow Paladin Legend deck jerk. And we had a pretty good match. We went to game 3, but
Game 1 was very one-sided towards me, and then
yeah.
Game 2, you definitely broke, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, broke for the game, and then game 3 I think was pretty back and forth because it got pretty late in that one.
Pretty sure you're superhuman me. I'm like 90%
I think
sure.
you're the person I superhuman first because I didn't do it against Zach.
Yeah.
I think I did it against you.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah.
Because I remember that card just like nutting on me.
So that was my game 2. I ended up winning that one. Game 3 I played against Spoon. As you know, you heard his cover of that story.
When you win a lot, you play your friends. It's not fun.
Yeah, so played against Spoon, ended up getting the win off of that one. And then my round 4 was another local Hampton. He was playing Lambros, Aquaforce, and I was worried that I was going to lose because that first game he destroyed me. I was at 5 damage before I was at grade 3. But game 2 I managed to get it because X-Tiger. I X-Tigered him for the game because it got too big for him to guard. And then game 3, yeah, that was the one where X-Tiger came out of nowhere because all these were flipped up.
I know, I'm doing this for game 3 because I saw game 3.
Yeah, this was flipped up. Like, X-Tiger was huge, and X-Tiger flipped up that. So it was a huge, huge win on that one. And then game 3, I pushed him into a corner, basically, and it was on the Break Ride Legion turn. And it was super late game. Like, that game went on forever.
This
And
poor man threw down one perfect card.
he gave me one single perfect card, and he was like, I give you one. Do it.
And our judge for the event was Greg Carl, and he swears by the fact that when this man put down one perfect guard, Kelley went, huh, and then checked the 3.
Apparently, I laughed at him. I didn't realize I did this, but Greg, our judge, like he said, Greg was right there, and Greg lost it because I laughed apparently, and then I flipped up the grade 3 for the win, and that was it. And
Oh, man.
it was.
He messaged me about it the other night, and it was just like, Kelly's so mean.
I didn't even realize I did it. I was just like, oh, of course you would have the last perfect card in your deck, but no, apparently I laughed at him. So that was game 4, broke for the win, and then went into Top Cut. First round of Top Cut, I played, what's his name, Rakeem Moore?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Rakeem.
Yeah, he was playing.
He was the dude with the really weird Kagero deck.
The weird Kagero deck in our
Superior Call one.
It was like
wasn't it?
Superior Call, Retire.
He used basically what was it, the Generation Break stuff.
Yeah.
He took like all that stuff from that set, and then what's that one card's name? The Superior Call.
Oh, I have no idea. It's the
Like
10k
Gatling
Superior
Flare
Call.
or something like that.
Something like that. He never actually used it against me. He just
Yeah.
called it his rear guard every time. But
Like Flare.
His,
the Flare Kagero from way back when.
God, I can't remember that thing's name.
yeah. But I played him. It was really strange because the deck didn't have a lot of power behind it, but every turn he was consistently destroying my entire field. So it was extremely aggravating. I ended up just not calling rear guards and just swinging with big vanguards every turn. Until he finally used all his counterblasts and stuff, and then I called a field with Die Earth, and then the next turn I broke Road Legion and killed him. We went to game.
Laughed in his face when he threw a perfect guard down and killed him too.
I did not laugh at him. You leave me alone. We went to game 3, but I ended up winning. Round 2 of Top Cut, I played against another Aquaforce player, which again, game 1, I was at 5 damage before I got to grade 3. So that was another terrifying moment where I thought I was going to get my ass handed to me. But game 1 I got grade stuck. Game 2 he got grade stuck, and then game 3 he got grade stuck and could not recover, and I didn't get grade stuck. So I won with normal Dayusha because I just sat there with the Limit Break Enabler and it had a crit, so he couldn't really do anything to that. So I won against that, made it to the finals undefeated, and played against Greg. And round 1, Greg.
Let's just say Greg was playing Revengers and they were mad that they got beat early.
They got their revenge because round 1 I was at 3 or 2 damage or something.
2 damage.
He strode and he got all crits, so that was that. And then
he was tier 1 for that first round.
he's super tier 1. Like he
Diablo got hangy.
He was only tier 1 player all day because that's all he did. And then game 2, he Diablo'd me and I couldn't retire a field and guard it. So my only loss of the day was in
The
finals.
And it was a swift 2-0.
And it was a swiftest 2-0.
finals lasted like 10 minutes. It was not good.
It was
Everyone was like, oh
awkward.
yeah, get hyped for these finals. And then it was like, oh, what you mean it's over?
But yeah, so that was mine. My deck did really well. It was really consistent all day. I only got grade stuck a couple times.
Once against me.
Once against Greg in the finals, once against the Aquaforce guy, and then once earlier than that. But all in all, the deck was super consistent, and I was really happy. Went undefeated till final round, so can't really complain. And yeah, that was my tournament report, and up next is the champions.
And now here we have Greg.
The champion.
They're all so salty, and I won. I'm so sad.
Man, I
Whatever.
got grade stuck against you. You shut up.
Oh, whatever. Alright, so I was playing Revengers. You know, that dreaded thing that everybody's terrified against apparently now. But whatever. Played Judge Bao. Revengers, my starter, because probably still one of the top 3 starters in the game. He's a solid +1 by himself. And then if you combine him with Swordbreaker, he's a +3. So
Silly.
it's really silly. His effect probably went off twice the entire day, though. Most people do not like letting him hit and try to kill him. So, you know. He's kind of a giant target. It's great, though. Next for threes, I ran 4 of, you know, that $40 card that it is now. Phantom Blaster, Revenger Abyss. He is, he's so good. That card just, it's the only thing I want to ride into these days. Unfortunately, the other grade 3, which I ran 4 of, was Mordred Phantom, but
The pleb rare Mordred Phantoms.
yeah, I don't have SPs in him yet. The only problem with Mordred is Break Ride just so slow right now, so he actually became like glorified stride fodder for me. Because I just would ride into Phantom Blaster. I think the 2 games I got the actual Break Ride play off, I actually lost. So, you know, he just doesn't always do it for me. Next for twos, I ran 4 of, actually, I'm going to probably say this card was my MVP of the day. 4 Blaster Dark Revenger Abyss. This card is so good. Killing off a grade 1 or less is just dumb.
Bye-bye, Laurel.
Bye-bye Laurel, bye-bye your booster, bye-bye whatever I want. It was great. Put in so much work. Next, I run 4 just regular old Blaster Dark Revengers. Came out of Trial Deck way long ago. Still one of the best cards for them. I mean, when it couples with
He's
Mr.
your
Doran.
unflip engine.
Yeah, he's my unflip engine, and he's also a kill, because why not? You can use it if you have time. Next I ran 3 Maka. She's out of the Legend deck. It's the Counterblast 1, Generation Break 1. When she's boosted, call a grade 1 or less. Used her effect maybe twice all day. Was just giving her a try. She's just taking the place of a card that'll come out in the new set. So, kind of was just giving it a go. Next for grade 1s, I ran 4 Barrier Troop Revenger Dorant. You obviously run this coupled with Blaster Dark Revenger for your unflip engine. Next I ran 4 Transcendent Revenger Masquerade. Masquerade is, I didn't really like him way back before Strides because he was kind of a dead card. He just kind of was eat fodder, but now because the way my deck's set up, I actually use him as an attacker a lot. So it's kind of cool. Next I ran 2 Swordbreaker Angels. This card is, whatever it's called, I think it's this thing. Yeah, Swordbreaker. Blackwing Swordbreaker, whatever it's called. This card's real good. Called from deck, Soul Blast 1, draw a card. Basically, he's Judge Bao fodder, and if you don't get him off Judge Bao, you hit him off of any of your strides or other ways to call from the deck. So, he's pretty nifty. And he's not a dead card like he used to be in Diablo. None of the non-Revengers are because, or not Diablo and Abyss, because the new Diablo support eats him. So he's not a dead card anymore. And then I read for Revenger Perfect Guards because Revenger Perfect Guards, and I like this one because he's laughing at you because haha, you didn't hit me. Unless you're Kelley.
Waha!
Yeah.
Break that shit.
Alright, next. Triggers ran 8 crit. For those of you weebs who keep up with like Facebook posts and stuff, yeah, I didn't run this crit. I changed it the other day, don't feel like changing it back. Deal with it.
You tell him.
Yeah.
The reason he changed is because he just now realized it's a Revenger.
Yeah, I was a little late to the game on that one, unfortunately. The 4 draw, and then 4 heal. For extra deck, it was pretty simple. Hadn't really play tested any of the stuff from Fighters Collection yet, so I just went ahead and ran 4 of the generic on-hit call grade 1. His name is Dark Knight Grim Recruiter.
I hate that guy.
This card, coupled with Judge Bow, is a +4 on your turn.
That's why you guard that shit.
It is great. Such a good card, put in so much work. And then, obviously, the broken card everybody's been bitching about and upset about. Mr. What is your full name, actually, here? Dark Dragon.
Mr.
Phantom
Steal Your
Blaster?
Guard himself.
Yeah, Mr. Studio Guard. Mr. Diablo. This card is just as good as we thought it was. It's not as broken as we thought it was, because there are ways around it. It did not win me games as much as people would like to bitch about it and think would. It does do a lot of work, though, and it is way overpowered and not necessary for this deck. But whatever. I have 4 of the shinies because I'm a weeb, but 4 of the legend decks. You know, whatever. I can do that. Basically...
You know, because we're on East Coast.
Yeah, man, East Coast, baby. Basically, the way my tournament went was... first round, I played grade 1 Rush. I was actually a little irritated that happened, based on the fact that I had just gotten this stuff and I really wanted to use Diablo's effect.
Yes, we're talking about the same grade 1 Rush that I play.
Yeah, that deck was... That deck was... It was not... I didn't like it. The only reason... well, 90% of the reason I won was because I can retire 90% of his field. I have a grade 1 kill engine. And you're not letting me use my counterblast with anything else, so I can kill your field with either of these two. Alright, so like I was saying, the grade 1 Rush deck, really bad advantage against this deck, doesn't match up well. I was able to beat it pretty handily. Game 2 played Kelley. Game 1, she was pretty handily me. Game 2, she destroyed my guard and murdered me. Game 3, Dark Superman obliterated my soul. Not literally, but she obliterated my soul.
You're playing Diablo, dude, you have no soul.
I mean, whatever. Round 3, I played against a very good player. His name's Leo Dong. He won ARG Richmond. He kind of swiftly 2-0'd me. Partially because Leo knows everything I'm going to do because he's the one who taught me how to play Vanguard basically the way I do. But, you know, besides that, it was fun. Round 3, I played some dude playing Seekers.
Round 4.
Round 4, yeah, sorry. Round 4 I played...
You played the Seeker dude?
Yeah, I played the Seeker dude. I played this dude playing Seekers, but he didn't have an extra deck. Whatever. Somehow that guy was actually like... had like a 2-2 record. I don't know how.
There were a lot of bad people there that day.
There really were, but like that dude, like... Because his deck was really simple. He was playing 12 crit, get Alfred on board, pop you in the face.
Because he was playing, wasn't it all the Seekers out of the first Fires collection plus Alfred?
Yes.
Yeah, it was...
So he'd just Legion and keep the guy that gets really big on the Legion turns.
It was pretty cool. I mean, if he had strides, I actually think I may have lost to him. But I kind of single-handedly obliterated his field, and I caught him on game 2 with my play 2 Diablo or play 2 Abysses, pop your back row. You only have one thing on your field. Diablo swing. You can't guard. GG. Sorry, buddy. Then I squeaked into top cut. I was 7th. If that gives you any indication how bad the actual player base was.
Did you say you squeaked?
Squeaked. I squeaked in the top cut.
Squeaked at the top.
I mean, I was 2-2. My only losses were to the 1 and 2. But, I mean, I still barely made it in. I first round played against Hampton, the Aquaforce player Kelley played in round 4. Game 1, he double critted the ever-loving crap out of me in just 3 to pass. It was what I did to everyone else all day, so I guess I deserved it. Game 2, Diablo kind of punched his lights out. In Game 3, I triple critted him. Super hard. It was great. I tier 1 the ever-loving crap out of that man.
Say a tier or a trend.
Oh man, this was my entire top cut. I mean, except for the fact that Taylor got, great stuck and stuff. 4,
Upset.
Taylor got top 4. Taylor got great stuck twice. Unfortunately, I'm drawing 2 cards. I'm getting 2 cards every turn. He's getting 1. Doesn't really help off drive checks, and it was kind of a swift 2-0, unfortunately. And then Kelley, first round, I luck sacked the crap out of her in the finals.
And then second round immediately did the same.
Well, no, second round it was just she had a G assist, and it just put her just far enough to behind to where when I was blowing up her field, she couldn't actually keep enough of field presence to survive a Diablo turn.
I also was only drawing triggers.
Correct, yeah. So she couldn't have done anything about it at that point, unfortunately.
Because if I could have dropped the triggers, so I had fodder to sack, but if I did, I wouldn't have been able to guard it.
Yeah.
So I literally was going to die if the turn destroyed Diablo either way.
Yeah. So that was unfortunately pretty swift, but it was kind of cool that I went 2-2 and won the state tournament. I mean, it was a sacky win, but
I mean, it was still a win.
it was in fact.
And it was pretty cool that our team got first, second, and third.
Hey man, I'm a top 8 Richmond and first place states. I guess I can't complain.
I think my only complaint with the entire day was I wish more people had been able to come out. We are in Southern Virginia, and Northern Virginia same day had a Dynasty Cup, which is notorious for having really, really good prize support. So,
Yeah, and unfortunately the store we had our tournament at was not super great on prize support, and they scheduled the event really early, so there was actually, I think we would have had another 5 people in the actual tournament.
Another 6 people showed up.
Yeah.
At 12:30.
Yeah,
Thinking
when
the tournament was at 1 o'clock and
Yeah.
it actually started at 11.
yeah.
I think there was something wrong with the times because everyone thought it started at 1 until the day before when they posted it started at 11.
Well, I think what happened was the original thing that we were all invited to before it got deleted said 1,
Oh, that makes sense.
and then
Yeah, I
when they
think
redid
that's
it,
what
yeah.
happened. And then all
But
of a sudden it got redone by ARG and it was at 11.
yeah, it's whatever. I complained to whatever. I complained to Anna. She's gonna change it. Whatever.
Yeah, so
Um,
that was pretty much my only complaint with the day.
I mean,
Yeah.
we had fun.
At the very least, I can say this with confidence. All the best players showed up to that day.
I mean,
no, you played and you ran the gauntlet.
Yeah.
It was happening.
I mean-
you weren't getting the scrub win on round 1.
I mean, you had Edward Leon, Julia Romero, and Leo Dong. They've consistently topped team leagues.
Yeah, they've consistently placed.
You have Hampton Terry. He's won ARGs, and he's just really good. The 3 of us. I mean, I've topped ARGs. Kelley has topped in Atlanta.
Kelley broke her ARG cherry this time.
Yeah, she did.
Finally broke the stupid trend of me getting the worst draws.
And for some reason, ARGs are just the tournaments I need to play in.
Yeah, and then Spoon consistently gets
He's consistently top 8.
top 8.
Yeah, he's consistently top 8 in ARGs.
So, and then there was
except for Richmond, but besides that, he's
I was
been
on the
everyone.
bubble.
Yeah, he was on the bubble.
I think the only player all day who did something weird was the guy playing Grade 1 Rush. He topped at Richmond.
Well, he was the guy when we went into top cut in Richmond. He was first, and
Yeah.
He was
lost
number
round
1 before top cut.
Yeah, he lost
So
round 1.
he did really, really well in Richmond, but I think it was his choice of deck this time around. I don't know why I mean,
I talked to him. He said it was because he didn't feel OTT matched up to the new stuff, but I feel like that would have just given him a 10-time better chance.
yeah,
At that point,
because he would have been able to
I mean,
play stuff.
I have respect for the guy because he's actually a good player.
Mm-hmm.
All in all, we had really good players. There are a few players in the state that I actually wish would have shown up. We missed out on maybe two of the better players in the
Yeah.
state.
That's all I can think of is like 2 or 3 people who
I mean,
were
like,
there. And then Greg Carl wasn't entering. He was a
Yeah.
judge, but that was about it.
But besides that, like, it was, you were running the gauntlet when you played this tournament. I don't like to brag, but this area is unfortunately, like, I've played in other areas. This is one of my favorite areas to play in just because it's really hard. But all in all, it was a good day. I think we completely spaced. We would have normally done like our tournament overview thing while we were there, but it was so early. We were all so hungry.
We were literally just trying to prepare at that point. Like,
Yeah, or at least I made the mistake of focusing too much on Force of Will the week before, and I literally didn't touch my Vanguard deck till the day before the event. I was like, oh, this is tomorrow. I forgot about it because I was in finals for the last 3 weeks. But we still did good. It was still a good tournament. Like I said, there was only a couple people missing to making it literally all the best players in our state. So it was small, but it was still really good, and I'm pretty happy with how we all did. So it was pretty awesome. Yep.
Yeah.
pretty nice.
You know, next thing that, well, any of us will be at is ARG Charlotte. I'll be there. Greg will be there. But
Kelley and I can't make it because of school.
Unfortunately.
And because money issues, because it's right before the Rhode Island Regional for Force of Will, which all 3 of us are going to.
Yeah. So for our Force of Will followers,
Force of Will people will be at Rhode Island.
So hope to see some of you there. And
definitely.
Then month after that is ARG Nats, which we all are qualified for.
Correct. Spoon has his 20. I have technically 2 invites.
Yeah, I've got my invite now, and then we've got extra points and stuff. So we're good. So hope to see some of you guys at these events.
Yeah, man.
Definitely love to meet up with people, play some games, meet new people, do deck interviews and stuff. And definitely keep an eye out for our next video.
Alrighty, guys. Thanks
ya.
for watching and bearing with us for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Bye.